Thank you, Glenn. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Glenn, for facilitating this, and a warm welcome to all our supporters from the recall and our Facebook followers, our Twitter followers, and our Instagram followers. Welcome to a lively debate evening, which is something we are going to be doing on a regular basis. We'll announce when and where at the end of our session, but we welcome all of you. Independent BC was born out of the recall, which we didn't win, but we made sure that Bill 36, uh, everybody knew about it, because the one fact that separated us from anybody else, political parties, is that the government of the day did not inform anybody. They passed it through the middle of the night, and they introduced closure, and they never ever had any town hall meetings regarding Bill 36, and by their own admission stated that it was an overhaul of the Health Act. So you would think that they would have held town hall meetings in order to facilitate input from the constituents. And Independent BC, in fact, is all about educating and supporting independent candidates who are beholden to the constituents that they represent. They are an independent voice. Independent BC is facilitating where we could all meet as one, and we have three already confirmed candidates that we put forth. They came to us and we accepted them, and but they're an independent voice for their own constituents to bring about the issues that affect their constituents in their riding. Now I'll give you over to Rick Dignard, the co-founder of Independent BC, and he'll have a few words to say about that.
Thanks, Sal. So yeah, Sal covered it pretty good as an intro, but the thing I like to tell people that don't really follow politics is Independent BC it's not a party, but it acts as such in a sense that we can gather those independent voices to be in a place of common dialogue with each other. So we've always been able to vote for an independent candidate, but in the past they were always alone on an island by themselves, is the way I describe it. Independent BC is a broad platform for as many independents that want to come forward will actually have a support system under them, which they've never had before. So that creates a real different way to vote now. And if we can get people to understand that half of the voters out there choose not to vote, they haven't been able to grasp the idea that they are actually a majority party in this province. So if we can ignite those people that don't take the time to vote to actually consider their independent candidate, should we be successful and get as many as possible out there, we can put a real dent into the current system. It really is a different way to vote. We know now for certain that the party is over in British Columbia politics. At one time, it may have somewhat worked. Today, it's not. The politicians are not there for any of the people with the way they're supposed to be. They're there for themselves. They take their orders from their own party headquarters. It's not working, and it's not going to anytime soon until we have some changes to the system. We have to have good people that are, I like to say, the common person, more of the common person involved. And this platform gives people that opportunity. It's really up to the people to get involved. We're not going to save you on our own. We're providing a platform of dialogue, collaboration, so that we can make a change. We have to stand up for our kids and for our future. And this platform can do it. Will the people respond? We hope so. We hope so that they will. And we think once we get more organized and more people on the board, we will actually make a big dent in BC politics. So we're looking forward to this platform doing good things and spreading across Canada. And there's a lot of talk about that right now. So let's get people involved and excited.
One final statement that I'd like to mention is that this is your platform to bring back power to you, the people. We can do it. We will do it. Believe it. Be positive about it. get your friends, your family, and your business associates to get behind you and that independent candidate who is your voice in the legislature as a free vote. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Susan Einarsson, our first independent candidate who came on board with us as an independent voice from Maple Ridge, Michigan.
My background is media. I was a news anchor for about 25 years running newsrooms, and I was one of the few female talk show hosts in Canada. And then I went back to university and got a master's degree in professional communications and taught journalism at BCIT. They have a big Western broadcast program there for 13 years. I'm very grateful that there is an independent BC, because when one decides to run as an independent candidate, you need a lot of support. And the organization is going to help me and any other person who wants to be an independent candidate with things like, how do you file your nomination papers? What kind of bank accounts do you need? What kind of record keeping do you need? What kind of team do you need to get organized to run a campaign?
So what pushed you over the edge to really decide to run? What was the turning point where you said, I'm going to run?
I know everyone is used to a political party system. I get it. I was too. But other people have mentioned up in the Northwest Territories, they do not have political parties. They just have independent MLAs. And there's good reason for that. You may have figured it out by now, and the people at home, that your MLA is not representing you. They do what the leader tells them. The end. When was the last time they called you up? Hey, what do you think? Or they had a town hall, or they opened their office to you. They don't. They don't want to know your name unless it's those 3 weeks that they're campaigning and they're all smiles and dressed up in their fancy suits. You know, somebody might say, Sue, why are you wearing this camouflage type of outfit? I have beautiful clothes. I could have worn them, but I chose this, and I will wear this during the campaign. It's a military style outfit because we are basically in a war. These people have not represented British Columbians. The NDP has not, the Liberals have not, and now this new Conservative Party, which is made up of people who were Liberals, they didn't say a damn thing to help people. Nothing. They haven't helped the kids. They haven't helped the old people. Those COVID policies really, in fact, led to the death of my mother. So I think a lot of people have these stories to tell, and they're fed up. And I just hope that people in every single riding in this province can find someone in their town that they trust to actually represent their wishes in Victoria, and go gather them up and encourage them to put their name forward and to rally behind them, to form a team, to run a campaign and get them elected. And, you know, BC was born when we had independent MLAs. There was no party system. So we were born that way, and we grew that way, and we can go back to that system. It's a very democratic system, because the way it stands now, there is no democracy. People say, democracy, democracy. There is none. And I think really this is a very important time. I'm not sure how many more chances we're going to get, because people outside of British Columbia, outside of Canada, want to run our lives, as we know. And we can't let that happen. So locally, find somebody you trust, get them elected.